Good morning, everyone. My name is Kim
Morning. Good
Lazar.
morning.
Good morning. And this is the Shawnigan Lake Rotary Eco Club on a very snowy and icy Saturday, January 13th. So a warm welcome to everyone who's able to join us in the live portion of this presentation. And we will be admitting guests as they arrive by Zoom. So as I get started, as a club and as a community, we gratefully and respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians of Shawelican, the Hulkaminam speaking peoples who hunted and gathered in this area. We respected their caring connections to each other and the places where we live, work, and play, including the tremendous resource of water, both above the water and below the water. So today we're delighted to have with us one of our members and the founder. We were just discussing, Tiffany, that we founded our club around the same time as you were founding your society called Into the Ocean. And the website is listed here, www.intotheocean.ca. But Tiffany's here with us and she will be unpacking what that looks like in terms of getting youth in that world of wonder under the water. So here in Rotary, we practice the four-way test. On the screen, I've got, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And is it beneficial to all concerned? And we can heartily say that yes, programs like these definitely increase positive influence and ripples throughout the community and beyond. So we're so excited to be supporting this talk today. And let me just say that as a club, it's in the spirit of facilitating connections. So we love getting people connected with nature. Here's a couple of shots of the tremendous experiences that we enjoy here in Shawnigan Lake, both at the Kinsall Trestle, and if you're hardy enough to get up to the top at whatever pace suits you, to this incredible view of the lake below us. And this is Old Mount Baldy in Shawnigan Lake, which has been designated as a wonderful park for in perpetuity. Yes, I said that correctly, in perpetuity. So we facilitate connections. We also celebrate the existing connections. We had a tremendous spirit as we were forming during the pandemic, and we still like to bring all these groups together. And our club has a tab at the coffee house to bring community volunteers together for planning opportunities. And we're looking ahead to the museum that'll be hosting a meeting space in their brand new wing. And we are cheering them on. That's set to open this June. So you've got this, Shawnigan. In our club, we definitely look for talented people from all backgrounds and walks of life and experiences. We want to welcome people who have talents and experiences to share. We've got lots of gardeners, bakers, and people who teach and lead others of all ages. So we're super excited to give you opportunities to practice your skills in the community and to grow our club and to grow our positive influence. So together we are becoming ambassadors of outdoor education and recreation, and including on the water. We've also got champions for preservation for land, for parks and trails, and definitely the leave no trace use of those. We cultivate community gardens and planters for pollinators, and in general, just beautifying Shawnigan and beyond. We want to sponsor those innovative gathering spaces, and we do an annual huge community cleanup. So that's our biggest environmental initiative, as well as we hope to be on the deck for other events in the Valley that want to do zero waste and cleanups. So together we inspire. That's my background screen today. And here's just some of the happy results of our work. And we are people of action. That is my favorite tagline in Rotary. So I just invite anyone who's considering Rotary today to really dive in and see what it could offer you. For me as a homemaker, it was a chance to connect with a new family around the world. And when I travel, it's really exciting to visit clubs. So check out our stories online. And with that, I would like to go back to, once again, welcome Tiffany and invite you to speak. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. All right. Now, Tiffany, should we spotlight you, I think? What do you think?
All right. Yeah, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I've got you pinned there.
Awesome. Alrighty. Okay, well, hello, my name is Tiffany. I have been a member of the Shawnigan Rotary Eco Club now, I guess pretty close to when you guys first started. Um, and then I'm also the founder of Into the Ocean Society. Um, I guess the best way to start is to kind of talk about how Into the Ocean Society started, why it started. Um, it starts off a little bit sad, but bear with me because it's a happy story. Um, we lost my dad in 2019. He passed away, and so my mom and I were working together for his arrangements, and my mom had decided that she wanted his ashes made into a reef, because they used to be scuba divers and they never really talked about it too much. They unfortunately had to stop with the recession in the 80s and having me. So, the finances weren't there anymore. So they stopped. But so my mom decided to have dad's ashes made into a memorial reef. And we met the fella that was going to scuba dive and take them down into the ocean just off of in Victoria there outside 10 Mile Point. And so I asked him, well, can I go with you? Because I was very hands-on at the time. I wanted to take care of my dad. And so he said, yeah, if you get certified, then you can come. So then, of course, COVID happened. And so it took a few years. But in 2021, my husband and I got certified. Uh, we had we met some incredible instructors. So our instructors, and this is kind of, it can be rather unusual in the scuba diving industry, but our instructors became more like mentors. So even after we had paid for the course and everything was over, they were still there teaching us and taking us out diving. Um, and it was an incredibly powerful, yet serene experience. It's very hard to describe what it's like under the water. I mean, you see a lot of really cool things, but it's also very meditative and very therapeutic. And my husband and I just fell in love with it. Uh, right around that time too, the Every Child Matters movement was really gaining a lot of traction. And my husband and I had always wanted to, my husband's a musician. And so he'd always kind of wanted to share that with kids. We both had a little bit of a rough upbringing. So, we just wanted to be able to share with kids who might not have the opportunity, or with kids that were, having a little bit of trouble or that sort of thing. And we thought about scuba diving. We're like, hey, like, this has been so helpful and it's gotten me through so much, and I've met such incredible people. Like, why don't we share scuba diving with kids? And so that's kind of how Into the Ocean got started. Um, and we had our instructors that we still dive with, and they were on board and they helped us out. Uh and so the next thing we were able to get, in that first year, we were able to finance getting 8 kids certified. And we have Daniel on here right now. Daniel was one of our kids. And he he always hears this. I always call them kids. They're actually any youth between the ages of 15 and 22. So not necessarily kids, but we worked with those 8 kids in the first year. We had another 8 kids that we started with last year, and then this year I'm hoping to get even more kids than that. But definitely we have already got funding and we're good to go for another 8 kids this year. And so we have Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hey.
Hi, Daniel.
Hey guys.
Hi.
He's been one of our superstars from year one, and continues to be an incredibly talented diver, incredibly skilled. And we've just been working ever since to be able to offer this opportunity to as many kids as possible. Um, along the way, I find I've been really blessed with Into the Ocean because in opening up opportunities for other people, it's also opened up a lot of opportunities for myself. And we've been able, we've gotten recognition from internationally, from Scuba Diver magazine, and from a lot of great world renowned divers that are out there. And so we're just continuing on in whatever way possible, to keep doing this and to keep getting kids into the water. The hope is, and I know Daniel is up on the screen right now, he eventually he got his advanced open water certification last year. We're hoping that to get him and his brother plus a couple more people their rescue certification, and keep moving them through until eventually we're going to put them through the paces so that they can become instructors, and, and
Nice.
have this go full circle. So, and then, one day, especially divers like Daniel, his skills right away far surpass mine. So I'm excited. I read a lot. I read a lot of scuba diving articles. I read a lot about a lot about different divers and magazines. I talk with a lot of divers that are doing some incredible work. Um, Dan got to meet my hero, Jill Heinerth, incredible explorer, cave diver. And then Gareth Locke, who's doing some incredible work in the GUE community. And I really feel certain that one day I'm going to be old and I'm going to have hung up my fins and I'm going to be reading about guys like Daniel doing some incredible stuff out there.
That's a
So
nice legacy.
I think I see it happening. It's a pretty strong photo I've got in my brain. These things happening. So and these kids, when we get to they get certified, and it's tough. Getting certified to be a scuba diver is not an easy course by any means. There's a lot of people out there that it's just not their cup of tea. Basically, in a scuba diving course, we throw every scenario at them that we can that would hurt them, or uh, or possibly even take their life, because we are underwater dealing with compressed gases and stuff like that. So basically the course is taking these kids through every scenario that could get them into trouble and teaching them how to deal with that scenario and how to get out of trouble. We also teach, there's a very strong connection with the person that you're diving with, because you've got each other's lives in your hands. So, teaching them how to check their gear beforehand and how to take care of their gear and make sure that those things aren't going to happen. Going over drills over and over again to, taking their air away from them and making sure that they know how to get it back and those types of things. So it's definitely not an easy course, and these guys work hard to get their certification. And it's amazing to watch how hard they work. And then after that is when the fun starts, because then we get to go diving and actually relax and enjoy ourselves and know that we're okay and that we know what to do under the water. And so, these guys, I get to see them the first time that they see a giant Pacific octopus. And I tell you, every person's the same. They you show them because they're hidden away, so you kind of show them where it is, and then they look, and when they see it, they look back at you instantly with these huge eyes, and they're like, and you can hear them kind of squealing under the water. And it's just it's such a gratifying feeling every time, you know, or taking these guys down to see their first sunken vessel, and they're just like so excited, or their first sea lion, or there's just so many firsts, and it's so exciting for me to watch these guys get to see all that, because I still get excited when I see it. So, you know, being with somebody that's seeing it for the first time, it just brings back that whole energy, and it's a great time. Yeah, and I just, you know, I want, that's what I enjoy. And so the more kids that I can, you know, share that with, and the more of those big huge eyes I can see in that excitement, it's incredibly fulfilling for me as well. So I'm gonna let Daniel speak for a few minutes, and he can kind of tell you what scuba diving has been like for him, and talk about the paces that we put him through when we do get him in a course.
I just want to say thank you, Tiffany. We are all ears. Your word pictures are stunning. The big eyes and the firsts that you see. So yeah, we're just all ears. Thank you both.
Go for it, Daniel.
Sweet. There we go. Thank you,
Yes,
Tiffany.
you're on deck,
Thank you
Daniel.
for the incredible introduction. Hi, my name is Daniel. So a little while back, Tiffany reached, my younger brother, Benjamin, he reached out and he wanted to try scuba diving. Scuba diving was something that he wanted to try for a long time, and it's always been like a dream. It's always been a passion. It's everything in between for him, and he really wanted to try this, but we didn't know where to start. We didn't know how we could do this sport. We didn't know where to go. We didn't know anything like that. And we were searching, and not only did we find Tiffany, but Tiffany found us, and she was willing to help us and get us started in this sort of incredible sport, which we were completely blind with. So getting into diving can be very expensive, not only with your time, but the money especially. And we didn't really have that to try to get into this. We didn't think we could really get into diving because of how expensive it costed initially. But Tiffany was there along with our incredible instructors that she mentioned. Truly, you cannot mention them enough on how good they are, because they are incredible people. But she got us all together. Initially, it was my younger brother with some other people, and I was in a later section. And she ended up helping us through each and every single step on getting certified for our open water and dry suit certification. And it was a hard process. Like she was saying, it is no easy task because they do throw everything at us, but it was ever so worth it. And it was something we wouldn't and could not have done without Tiffany and all of her fundraising. I think she spent many of days at like I think it was like a meat fundraiser and bottle depots and everything like that, just getting money together, trying to push us and trying to get more and more money to get more of us into this. And it was something that we are really grateful for, because without her, we definitely would not be here. She's walked us through getting, like I said, our open water and our dry suit certification. But further now, as she was mentioning, my brother and I are now advanced certified, which we are very stoked about and very happy about. But it is not something I don't think we could have done just by ourselves. We had Tiffany there to push us and to go, hey guys, you guys really should try this and go further and go further and go further. But I don't think without Tiffany's admiration and her fundraising, I don't know if we would have done it without her. And we are incredibly grateful that she's been able to push us and get us through each and every certification. She's been with us the entire way. And like she said, we are still reaching out and diving with her and diving with our instructors. And we are we are very, very grateful that she is there for us.
Great.
That's wonderful, Daniel. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wondering what advice you would give to someone considering joining this program.
So, sorry. Um, advice for it. I think an open mind, an open mind to be willing to kind of be ready to connect with the community, because I found before it and then getting into it, I found my involvement in the community, like the space, not only the ocean, but everyone, meeting these select individuals and the people that come from it. There is this huge sort of, I don't know, with scuba diving, it seems like everybody's just intertwined. So the advice that I give is just, I think you have to have an open mind to be ready to throw yourself with the community and throw yourself and let yourself be involved with everyone. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And Tiffany, do you have a reaction to what Daniel's just shared and any thoughts on that question?
Yeah, absolutely. I get when he says nice things. Daniel and Ben and the a lot of the other kids too, but Daniel and Ben, they're just really good kids. And when I hear them talking about how much is meant to them, and just if you guys were all able to sit in my seat and see the progress that they've made, it's funny because we go back and forth, but I really, all I did was present them with an opportunity. They put in the hard work. They got to know people in the diving community. They kept coming back and coming diving with us. So really, I opened a door, but they like went storming through it and continued to do a great job. So I cannot take the credit for that as much as Daniel likes to say it's thanks to me, but it is not. So, they really worked hard for it. It's just, and again, that's all of everything that I need, is just to see that, it's so fulfilling. And adding to our dive community is important too. We have a lot of old school divers out there that have been around, that want to share their knowledge. And, unfortunately, it's kind of, there's not as many young people as we'd like to see in the sport, just because of the financial obligation to, to keep up your gear, to get gear and that sort of thing. So having these guys come into the diving community has been great for the diving community as a whole. The diving community, just in the sense that, this is our playground, the ocean is our playground. So it's a huge conservation within the diving community is a huge part of that. And so having as many, trying to bring as many people into the sport as possible. It's nice to see. It's nice to see all the first, but ultimately too, it has an impact of, teaching more people about the ocean and the Salish Sea, and, having them see it from a perspective that really brings it home for them. And now, as far as fish conservation and reef conservation and stuff like that, it really makes that become important and a forefront in the minds of a diver. So,
Tiffany, can I ask if you have any documented underwater videos that show the progress of the training and the aha moments that you've described to us about seeing different things for the first time?
I do, and I was hoping to share some of them. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties. I have some photos and I can share the screen. The problem that I'm finding is that a lot of this stuff has been brought back off of Facebook, so it's a little bit tough to. I'm gonna
Oh, well,
share.
I don't mean to show it right now. You
Yeah,
can, but on your website, do you
we
have,
do. So
okay,
we do have some stuff on the website.
okay, good.
We don't have um we we don't have a lot of photos of the kids themselves just for safety and privacy reasons. So
Okay,
we try to yeah, we have to be very careful because we are working with young people, so we can't necessarily uh put all of that
It's the
on.
same in Rotary. There's protocols we follow, but this photo is great. It really captures the beginning of the journey, the
mm-hmm.
feeling you have, the excitement and trepidation at the same time. Just the body language here is yeah, these are students.
Yeah,
Am I able to say anything at all?
Yes, please.
absolutely.
Absolutely, Allison.
Okay. Very quickly, I'm the mother of Daniel and Benjamin Rice. As Daniel said,
Okay.
it started up with Benjamin, his desire and wants to be a scuba diver. His brother followed in his footsteps. I can't say enough of the positive, just the positivity that Into the Ocean and Tiffany and Becky and Tim as the instructors have put forth for all of the kids that I witnessed. I happened to be able to see my boys go into the pool for their first lessons. I was able to see them go into the ocean for the very first time. I was able to watch this, and every single time they came out of that ocean, every single time they came out of the pool, they like, I got to do this, I got to do that. I I was it was just one of those as a parent, it was so heartwarming, like just to see what my kids were so enthusiastic about. They speak to their friends. They tell their friends, hey, this is what it is, Into the Ocean. They stepped up to the plate. They did their fundraising for Into the Ocean. They sat out in the pouring rain for bottle drives. Like Tiffany said, they got to meet Jill, and that was an amazing opportunity. Benjamin got to dive with Jill, and there's not many people in the world that can say that they have actually been diving with Jill Henrich. So it it is just this unbelievable opportunity that kids are going to be able to have with Into the Ocean. And I can't, I tell people all the time that if I find kids that are looking for something, I'm like, go find Into the Ocean. I send them the links to Into the Ocean. And I was so happy to hear that we got another 8 kids,
Mhm.
that we're going to be able to get another 8 kids certified.
Nice.
So,
Oh,
yay,
that's brilliant.
Tiffany.
Woo.
I'm having technical difficulties. I'm not very familiar with the Zoom platform, so I'm not sure what pictures you guys
Oh,
have
we can see. Yeah, I've got my mobile screen acts as a window into what everyone can see. And yeah, this is great. If you have any other photos that you just want to show one at a
Yeah.
time, that's
I
perfect.
don't know if the picture of Daniel right now with Gareth Locke.
Yeah, it's there.
You can see
It's there.
that. Yeah. So Gareth Locke is an incredible GUE diver, and he came over from the UK and did a talk that the boys were able to attend. And so and then he gave the boys a signed book. But Gareth is he studies the human factors in diving, and so he studies incidents and kind of why they happened, and goes into, instead of, so a lot of the times when something happens, they'll talk about why it happened, or the person ran out of air, or something like that. But Gareth kind of digs further into the human side of it, and how did that person come to the decisions that they made, which started this incident. So anyway, he did an incredible talk in Maple Bay, actually, for GUE conference, and so he was talking to the boys and signed that book for them. And then, yeah, Jill Heinerth, again, she's my diving hero. And she came out for a week in April, and was able to really put us on an international platform for a bit. So there's a lot of people all over the world that know about Into the Ocean now, which is pretty exciting. We've been able to do, like Allison said, we've done meat draws at the local pub, we've done some bottle drives and that sort of thing, we've done some big dinners. The diving community has been great. We've had a lot of days where we come out and do diving events, and people are always donating that way as well. We were able to get, we had an incredible donation. Aqualung is a local manufacturer of scuba diving equipment. And Aqualung last year sent us 3 pallets full of different scuba diving gear, wetsuits and BCDs and fins and all sorts of stuff. So that's very helpful. That's been great. And we've been able to get that all organized into our diving locker at our house, which is squished full of stuff now. We also, more recently, along with trying to grow Into the Ocean, I'm kind of trying to get my personal diving further ahead as well. So I recently completed my instructor certification. So I'm very excited because that allows me to donate my time to this, which brings overhead costs down. So that's really nice because I don't need to pay myself to teach courses. I do it because I love to do it.
We're cheering for you, Tiffany. This is fabulous.
I also, in that pursuit, PADI is the training organization that I've been working through and that we certify our divers through. And so I was able to meet one of the directors for PADI in British Columbia. And I'm not allowed to talk to the scuba diving shops about this because they'd probably be upset, but they have started providing me with the courses for the students at about 1/3 of the price of what I had to pay before. So that's a huge savings, which will allow me to get even more kids into the water. So we've been, for the beginning of this year, November, December of last year, and then this year, we've really found a lot of ways to cut down in our costs, which is amazing because it's just going to mean more opportunities for the youth in our area. We work with youth in Shawnigan. Those are always because Shawnigan is where we started out. Shawnigan is the community that really pulled together and helped us with funding for the first couple of years. My husband and his company have helped with a lot of the funding as well, which has been really nice. And so now that that we've been able to move forward and cut down a lot of the costs, it's just going to mean more opportunity. So when we are looking for kids, we try and look in Shawnigan area first, and then branch out. We worked with a group from Cowichan Tribes last year, so that was really cool as well. And I'd like to continue with that as well. So my goals, right now we're working on getting about 8 kids certified every year. I would like to increase that to eventually getting, as many as 24 kids a year would be my goal. And then if I have other instructors on board and stuff, then we could maybe even increase that. My immediate goals right now are pool time and pool time costs. So currently in the summertime, we have use of a private pool in Duncan, but it is $140 a day to rent that pool. And then we have use of the Nanaimo Aquatic Center, but that's about $60 an hour to rent a lane there, or 2 lanes. So our I guess short-term goal is to see if we can access a swimming pool in the community or close by where we could get a little bit of savings on that. If I have a pool to use, I'm certified to instruct now, so those are kind of the immediate goals to get costs down, and the more costs that we can save in other ways, then we can get more kids in there. So including putting Daniel through his paces in a rescue course this summer.
Tiffany, I'm wondering if you can stop sharing with this, or perhaps maybe walk us through your website portal. So when people have questions and want to reach out to you, what are the recommended steps?
I would love to stop sharing. I just don't know how.
If you toggle your mouse, you might get a screen that gives you a red button of some. Oh, these are great photos, though. Yeah, keep these coming.
Okay.
And you've got an echo. Unfortunately, something's changed in your audio world there.
Oh no.
But carry on. We don't mind. We can totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
This is we took the kids out for their first boat dive here, and we got to dive a wreck at the same time. So we kind of kept it secret from them until and then got them on the wreck, which was awesome. Our instructor, the lady there in the blue, that her name is Becky Butt. She has been our instructor from the get-go, her and her husband. So that day, the boys with their open water certification were only allowed to go to 60 feet, but if they have an instructor with them, they're allowed to go a bit deeper. So they get on them that day, and they got to go a bit deeper and see this wreck. So the fella standing beside Becky here, his name is Trent Bell. He is the owner of Sink or Swim Scuba in Nanaimo. Sink or Swim partnered with us fairly early on in the beginning of 2022, and they have been incredible at giving, at helping us provide courses at cost and stuff like that. So he's really been instrumental in helping out and making absolutely no money off of us, which is not great for a dive shop owner, but he's been a really great partner with Sink or Swim, his shop. You don't need to see that. All right.
No, this is great. This is great. Daniel, that one photo where you were about to go see that wreck and you didn't know what was happening and you knew something special was in the works. Tell us more.
I think that might be one of my prized days of diving. I think that might be one of my favorites. So in that photo, there's me sitting there, and beside me there's my brother. So we are arm in arm together in this, and every single step of the way was just, oh my gosh, we're doing this. Oh my gosh, we're doing this. It was so cool. And like Tiffany has stated a lot, it was a lot of our firsts. So we park out of this ferry terminal, and we hop on this boat, and we're expected to put all of our dive gear on whilst the boat is moving, and I get incredibly seasick, and it was really, really, really cool. We got this opportunity to dive from a boat. We've not done a boat dive before, let alone Ben, my brother. We did not pay at all. Tiffany got this all sorted out for us, which is just mind blowing because she had to rent out the boat, she had to get all the people together. It was awesome. And
Yeah.
we go to this it was a wreck dive just off the Nanaimo ferry terminal, which is so cool. And um we knew it was going to be a wreck, but we didn't know it was going to be like this. And like she was saying before, we had the instructors, they pushed what we could dive to a little bit, with safe people there, and it was so cool. I saw my first sea lion that day, and that like changed everything for me. Seeing this incredible huge beast underwater was just oh cool. And I don't think I can put into words how incredible that was.
Oh, you've done a
But-
great job. We're right there with you while this big snoot comes into your field of
Oh,
vision.
yes.
yeah. It was
Tiffany, right
so
now we're
cool.
seeing canisters. I'm just wondering if we can go back to that boat,
Oh
that
yeah.
photo, just for the story part of our recording too. That would be great. And Daniel, this might also twig a memory. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think right as this photo was taken, they were telling me to smile, and I couldn't help but just want to throw up because I'm moving on a boat and rocking back and forth, and I don't know how they do it. And I mean, I guess I have to learn. I guess I have to get back on the boat. But you're fiddling with all your gear on your chest and on your waist, right? So you're looking down and you're trying to do everything that you can, but it is just I you get so seasick so fast. And they're telling me, Daniel, if you need to throw up in your regulator. And like that just sounds crazy to me. But it's yeah, that day was something really, really cool. Let alone I think that was maybe a year ago to this day,
Yeah, pretty
give or
close.
take about a week or two. But
Yeah.
we dove, I think, in the coldest conditions we've ever dove in, period. And that was really cool that we got the opportunity to see how our dry suit certification that we received was able to keep us warm, and we could dive at any time, anywhere, especially on Vancouver Island, where the temperatures do not give us any leisure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm wondering,
Yeah.
Tiffany, if you can stop sharing your screen just for a moment. I'm going to set up the conversation in a direction that will be more of an outreach. So for future families to consider uh, contacting Into the Ocean, I'm just going to share my screen so that we can see the website. Yeah, looks like I've got it set up and visible. So here is the Into the Ocean portal. I'm actually sitting at the About Us page because it's got Tiffany and her husband, Keith, and part of their story and their why they do this. The dopamine, the adrenaline, the serotonin, all the things that divers experience after the queasiness wears off, right, Daniel? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And also just the call for supporters. So as a Rotary Club, we have potential in our year moving forward to be able to come alongside this work. And we're super excited to see what that could look like for us as we amp up our fundraising in a really big way. There is a plan in the works to have we'll be on the Legions drop-off route and pickup route, and with their blessing and the cooperation of Mason's Store, we're looking to put some bins in that are street facing, that have the Rotary logo on, and that will cut down on the litter and create a fun stream for groups like yours. So we're pretty excited to come alongside community efforts like this. Now, Tiffany, can you walk us through when someone first reaches out, what does that look like? Do you do on-site interviews and things like that? How does it work?
Absolutely. So when somebody does reach out to me, I usually it's by my email, and so I'll reach out back to them and just kind of explain a little bit about the program, about who we serve, and that sort of thing. and ask the questions, you know, do they have a child that they think fits that criteria? And then once if they agree that the program is good, sometimes I end up just referring them to a dive shop. And then other times if they do fit our criteria, which is fairly loosely based, you know, we don't, if kids who have a hard time fitting in school, kids who might have, you know, gotten into a little bit of trouble, we do have to be careful with the safety part of this, because it is, if it's not taken seriously, it can be a dangerous sport. So we talk to them about all that kind of stuff, and we also talk to them about the dedication required to become a scuba diver. So, you know, like what Daniel, for instance, has the time that he's had to put in to gain the experience he's got. Once we've spoken to them about that, we kind of have them sign off on the waivers and all of the legal stuff that we have to do. And then we get them into the water for a pool session, and it's called a discovery dive. And so the discover dive is a mini 3 to 4 hour course that just kind of starts them and shows them what is going to be asked of them during a full course. So things like they have to take their mask off underwater and put it back on, and then be able to clear the water out of it. They have to be able to take their regulators and throw their regulator behind them, and then recover that regulator without popping up to the surface to take breath. So if they do that and they come out of that smiling and loving it, then I know that we've got a future diver on our hands. And so at that point, I'll talk to them about, you know, there's classroom work that has to be done. There's about 8 hours worth of classroom work. And then there's 5 or 6 dives that have to be done in a pool. And then we take them out into the ocean, and it's at least 2 full days in the ocean, if not 3. To get them through all the skills that they have to master in order to become certified. So it's I think the first part though is just reaching out to me and talking through it and making sure that the person that wants to learn how to dive really understands what they're getting into.
Oh, that's such a good word. And I'm wondering if we can include in today's recording this video snippet from your website. It's about 3 minutes long. Is everybody okay with that? For me to just show what the kids can look forward to. Like really, there's some fabulous footage here.
Absolutely.
And then Tiffany, I'll ask you to close with a call to the next group, the next wave of young learners. there we go. That just gets us pumped, hey? Any
Yeah.
actions? And do you want to wrap up with a call to action? Because we're going to be sharing this video far and wide through the shareable link at our YouTube channel so that schools and youth of all abilities can see if this is a good fit for them.
Absolutely. Just by this video, I mean, you can see we live in a beautiful area on land, and to be able to go out and go close by and look out over the ocean is an amazing experience in itself. But as soon as you dip under that surface, it really is a completely different world. It's a completely alien world, and it's so fascinating. And I just want to be able to share that with as many young people as possible. All you young people out there, you're the future of this ecosystem and the future of this space and the future of preserving this space. And so, come talk to me if you want to learn how to be down there and how to, become a fish for a day, or, maybe for the rest of your life. Let me know, because I love to work with anybody. If you love the ocean, even a little bit, even close to as much as I do, then this is definitely going to be a life-changing experience. And if you want to support this incredible program, by a donation of gear, by a donation of time, and even by your donation of ideas on raising more funds to get this opportunity out there for more people, please reach out to me.
Daniel, any last thoughts as well? What do you tell your friends? I hear your mom says you're always talking this up as a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this opportunity has been something that I do not shut up about. I tell everyone about this, and I am so excited to bring more people in my life into this sport and into this recognition of the water. Like Tiffany said, that it is such a surreal feeling to just go under the surface and your world changes completely. I've gained this incredible appreciation for the ocean this way and for the environment around me. And I think it's something that I will always advocate. Everyone has to try, because it is something that you cannot compare to anything else in this world. It is truly really, really cool. And I hope that I can get a lot more people into this through Tiffany, through Into the Ocean, and through all of our very hard work. Yeah.
I want to say thank you for the Shawnigan Rotary Eco Club for
Absolutely.
providing this platform to share with you guys about what we're doing. So I think it's special to me that the Rotary Eco Club and that Into the Ocean Society kind of have the same birthdays. And so I really, there's some incredible groups in Shawnigan Lake, including these two groups that really all have quite a lot in common. And I very much am honored to be able to share with you guys today, and honored to be a part of the Shawnigan Rotary Eco Club as well.
Oh, this is fabulous, Tiffany, and to the whole Rice family, and to our club members who are on the live call with us today. I'm going to end our official time, this recorded time, with a way to reach out to intotheocean.ca. The page here has a phone number you can call, and most importantly, start corresponding. Into the Ocean Society at outlook.com is a great way to get the conversation started. And you can see now you've met Tiffany, you've met some participants of the program, and you can see the incredible dive opportunities. So I am just so grateful to facilitate the ongoing conversation. And with that, I'll just invite anyone watching this recording to reach out to the club, reach out to Tiffany, reach out to have your ideas come to life, just like these two clubs in their fledgling years have managed to impact so many lives, and to be a way of getting people out in nature and appreciating the incredible gift we have to live here. And with that, I will stop the recording. Heitsapka, thank you, everyone.